Hi, I'd like to talk to you about being the best person you can be, and I hope that we can uh, come to a mutual understanding that we're not the best we can be. If we were the best we could be, we'd be perfect, And as long as we are here, we're not immortal. We're human beings trying to do the best we can. And some of you have an inferiority complex, and I don't know why. Everybody wasn't, it wasn't born the same. They weren't born into the same circumstances. Some people were born into rich families. Some people into poor families. Some people were born with the ugly stick, or hit with the ugly stick, and some people were born beautiful. It's the beautiful girl in high school that gets all the cheerleading jobs and committee. She's on the committee and she gets all the boyfriends. She's very popular. People want to be seen with her all the time. And then when she graduates from high school and she goes out and looks for employment, she's the first one that gets hired because she's so cute and spunky. Then she gets the secretarial jobs in the law firm. Doesn't matter if she can only type 15 words a minute. She's cute. And then you take the ugly girl to school. She might as well go and stand in the locker for the rest of the day because no one wants to be with her. No one wants to be her friend. She's not going to get the cheerleading job because she's ugly. No guys are going to date her because she's ugly. And she knows she's ugly, and so she feels bad. She goes home every day feeling bad that she's ugly, that no one, wants to be her friend, and no one wants to date her. And then when she graduates from high school, then she can't get a job. She doesn't get a job by being a secretary because she's an ugly woman. You don't want to go in a business establishment and have some pigs, pig at the reception area. You want a young, beautiful woman there that's spunky and cute and has a great smile and pretty eyes and great makeup, sexy figure. You don't want a woman there that's ugly. It's bad for business. She may never get married, ever. But we all do the best we can with what we have. Some people just don't have it. Some people have it, like myself. And some people don't have it. You just don't cut it for some reason. Now, I know I'm not, Paul Newman or Rock Hudson or Pat Boone or Daniel Boone or, I know I don't measure up to everybody's expectations. I don't do it for everybody, but I do the very best I can. I don't think you're that bad. I really don't. Let's see. Let me get a shot of you on the webcam here. Okay. Step up to your computer and the webcam. Now give me a big smile. Okay. Now turn to the left side. Give me a profile shot. Now turn to the other side. Give me another profile shot. All right. I can see what you mean. I really cannot know what I mean to you. But I can see what you mean. If I look like you, I'd be inferior too, or feel inferior. But you've got to buck up, baby. Be the best ugly person you can be. Not everybody has perfect teeth and perfect hair and, beautiful smile. And, sometimes there's people that, that have features on them. Very few are, people have every feature that's ugly. I mean, there's only so many ways that you can put ears and a mouth and nose and eyes and hair and, things on a person. But some of you are a flippin' freak show. But that's not your fault. You weren't born, asked to be born that way. No. Have you looked at your parents? It's in the genes. I've looked in a lot of genes and I haven't found it. I really haven't. Well, I found a few things looking in genes. Depends on whose genes it is, I went over to my buddy's house one time when I was in elementary school, and I looked into they had an old couch, and I looked underneath the cushions in the couch, and I found money. People would go and sit on the couch, and they might have a quarter or a dime or something fall out of their pocket. And so I'd purposely go over to my friend's house, at least, twice a week, and feel underneath the cushions, and I'd have a gold mine just for money that I found that people dropped, What do they say? Finders keepers, losers weepers. What else do they say, boys and girls? If you're ugly, don't blame me. It's not my fault. How is it my fault that you were hit by the ugly stick? You might be ugly, but you might have a great personality. There's lots of people. Don't feel bad, girls. There's lots of people out there that they don't care if you're good looking or sexy or thin or anything pretty. They don't care about that. There's some guys out there that like a woman with a nice personality. I don't care how good looking she is. She sure has a sweet personality. And then there's guys like myself that couldn't care less about the personality. We want a nice body, baby. I believe in the women's movement, especially when I'm walking behind it. Think, boys and girls. Just because you're ugly doesn't mean you have to stop living. There's plastic surgery. There's hypnosis. There's all kinds of things. Maybe you can just decide you're not going to get married. There's lots of people that wish they were in your position. There's lots of people that are married that wish they weren't married. Why? Because their spouse is an asshole. Their spouse is cheating on them. Their spouse doesn't like them and is mean to them. Doesn't do the housework. The guy's lazy. There's all kinds of problems. Thank your lucky stars that you're single. Hey, it's not bad being ugly, baby. There's a lot of advantages to be ugly. You're not supposed to marry a beautiful woman anyway. If you want to keep the woman and she'll be faithful to you, she's got to be ugly. And if you think for a second that the girl that was beautiful in high school, you look at her, 30 years later, she's a pig, guaranteed. She doesn't even look, you would never recognize her walking down the street. In high school, she was spunky, and she was pretty, and sexy, and she was just perfect. Guys were drooling over her. She's not like that today, I guarantee it. I can't say that for myself. I'm as good looking today as I was 4 years ago, you know? I can't help it, it's just the way I am, you know? You know, I don't care if you're ugly, and you shouldn't care if I'm handsome, you know? What can we do about it anyway? Nothing. I didn't ask to be this way, I just am. You know? I've had friends all my life. You know? In high school, I was a captain of the team, you know? I had 4 or 5 babes a weekend I'd date, you know? Sometimes I'd date 2 cheerleaders at one time. You know? Sometimes I date the head cheerleader. At least that's what the guys called her. People, please. I don't mean it that way. But I had a great life, you know. Got the top jobs, you know. Drove nice cars. I still drive a nice car. Nice BMW with a sunroof, you know. I have a thing in my car that, of course, tells me where a street's located or where a person's located, and I can push a button and have a variety of women. It could be Linda, you know. It could be Sue, you know. Could be Victoria. Could be any kind of woman that I want. Could be a blonde, a brunette, redhead. Could be anybody, and they can tell me where I'm going and when I should arrive, you know? What streets to take, what turns to use and to make. In a very sexy voice. I don't have the regular system that most people have. Most people have, turn right at 7800 South, turn left this. I don't have that. I have sexy stuff, you know? A sexy woman's voice telling me, hey, baby. Hey, why don't you turn there? Turn to the next light. Hey, see what else we can come up with, huh? I got it going on, baby. How old would you think I was? Seriously, how old would you think I was, huh? 45? 50? 52? Well, you're close. But be the best person you can be, you know? We're all given certain things to work with. And I'm working this baby. And you work on what you need, you know, and be the best person you can be. If you're ugly, be the best ugly person that, the world's ever seen. You know? If somebody calls you, geez, you're ugly. Let it, go in one ear and out the other. Let it bounce off you. You don't care. Why? Because they're ugly. They're an ugly person to say such a thing, you know? So don't worry about it, you know? I know you want to be me. You can't be me. There's only one me. And there's only one you. So have a great day. Don't worry about the small stuff. Worry about the stuff that's important. And that's maybe in your next life you can be, handsome, or you can be pretty. You've got something to look forward to, you know? But until then, be as nice as you can be to people. And that's what's important. Really.